Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and good morning to everyone who is watching this video. This is just a short video regarding the travelers who are traveling to Saudi Arabia. Either they are residents or citizens or visitors. So this is for those people who want to know what they need to do when they come back to Saudi Arabia. And there are new guidelines issued recently from Wikaya, which is the Saudi Center for Disease Control. They have just issued new guidelines which will be implemented from 20th of May. Today is 19 May, so from tomorrow these will be implemented throughout the kingdom. So what you need to know, either you are a resident or a citizen. So resident means people who have iqama. So you don't need to be in institutional quarantine. That means you can either be in home quarantine or you don't need quarantine. So I will explain to you who are the people who need home quarantine and the people who don't need any quarantine. So if you have iqama and you are a citizen of Saudi Arabia, when you come back, first of all you need a PCR test which should be negative, and that should have been done within last 72 hours. So that's the first requirement, that should be negative. So you need to show to the airline that you are negative with the PCR. And then when you arrive to Saudi Arabia, you need to be immune. You can be immune with three ways. Number one, either you had COVID-19 before and you have recovered. Number two, you have at least one dose of a vaccine, or you have 2 doses of the vaccine and there are 2 weeks already passed after the second dose of the vaccine. So these are the 3 ways you can be immune, either by the first dose of the vaccine or 2 doses of the vaccine, or you had COVID-19 before. And this will be shown in the Tawakkalna app. So you need to make sure before you leave Saudi Arabia that the Tawakkalna is updated and it's working. So when you come back, if you are a resident or a citizen and you are immune, you don't need any quarantine at all. You don't need any further tests. You just need to show one test which was done outside Saudi Arabia before you came here. So you just arrive here and you are free. You can join the work. You can go anywhere to outside your house. And people who have no immune status, that means they didn't get the vaccine and they never had COVID-19, they will be the one who will need quarantine. But that quarantine will be home quarantine if they have proper home facilities to be separated from other people. So they will be on home quarantine for 7 days. So one test obviously was done before you arrive here. The second test will be done on day 1 when you arrive here. The arrival day is day 0. So when you arrive in Saudi Arabia, that is your day 0. Next day is day 1. So on day 1 you need to do the test, and that should be negative also. Plus this third test will be done on day 7. So that should also be negative. So provided all these 3 tests are negative, you will be joining your work or you will be free to go outside on day 8. This is for people who are residents or citizens. So people who are visitors, they don't have iqama, they are not citizen. When they arrive in Saudi Arabia, they will, number one, they will need a PCR test which should be negative and done 72 hours, within last 72 hours. And then they will need both tests, day 1 and day 7, plus they will be in institutional quarantine in a hotel or in a facility, and they have to pay also for that. So that is only for the visitors. If you have iqama or you are a citizen, all will depend on your Tawakkalna app. If your Tawakkalna app is showing immune status, which will be green, then you don't need any quarantine. If it's not showing green, if it's not showing that you're immune, then you need home isolation or home quarantine for 7 days, and the test on day 1 and day 7. If both are negative, on day 8 you will be free to go out and you will be able to join the. Hope this was helpful, because I had many friends who were calling me for this information. So take care of yourself, take care of people around you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.